What's the most twisted family rule you've ever heard of? When I was 7 and my little brother was born, I asked, is it a boy or a girl? My mother pressed her hand over my mouth and said I'd never speak again. Those were the last words I spoke for 11 years. The silence rule wasn't new in our family. It came from the strict religious community my parents grew up in. They said words had spiritual weight, and only the youngest child was pure enough to speak. Everyone else had to stay silent so they wouldn't taint the new soul. I had 3 older siblings, none of whom I'd ever heard speak. My sister used to mouth words when mom wasn't looking, like she was still trying to remember what a voice felt like. Mom still had hers, because she was the youngest in her own family. Dad hadn't spoken since he was 5. Mom loved the rule. She mocked Dad for his silence, saying things like, "It's peaceful without your stupid opinions." Our house was filled only with her voice, and mine, until my baby brother Ian was born. Then she said, "You've had your turn, now it's his." Big boys don't need voices when there's a baby to protect. That night, she came into my room and told me that if I ever made a sound again, crying, laughing, anything, she'd send me away to live with strangers who didn't love me like she did. For the first week, she even taped my mouth shut at night to help me remember. I became invisible while Ian was treated like a prince. He got new clothes, new toys, endless attention. I got silence. Mom homeschooled all of us to hide the family's secret. Ian got real lessons, while the rest of us sat in the corner and read silently. Mom would show me fake charts claiming Ian got dumber whenever I made noise. "Look," she'd whisper, "your voice steals his mind." I believed her. I learned to breathe through my nose, to move soundlessly, to exist like air. As Ian grew, he learned to use the rule. He broke things and blamed us, whispering, "You can't tell anyone," before running to Mom in fake tears. She'd hold him and scold us with that cold smile. The older I got, the more unbearable it became to see Dad trapped in silence. He'd try to communicate with gestures, desperate, but Mom always waved him away. One night at dinner, he tried again. He pointed to Ian's report card, shaking his head, trying to say something. Ian laughed. Something inside me broke. "Listen to him," I shouted. For a second, everything froze. Then Ian screamed, clutching his head, shouting, "I'm getting stupid!" Mom's face twisted into something inhuman. She dragged me from my chair, nails digging into my arm, and threw me into the basement, the silence room. I'd seen my sister sent there once for screaming when she broke her arm. Dad tried to intervene, but Mom screamed at him. Then, for the first time in decades, I heard his voice, raw and broken. Enough! It wasn't loud, but it was like thunder in that quiet house. It froze all of us. He'd been recording everything for years. Every threat, every punishment, every word. By morning, police were at the door. Mom was taken away, and the house finally went quiet for real. Now, I'm 21. I live alone. I speak when I want. But sometimes, when I wake up in the dark, I still check if my voice is gone.